Biosphere 2 Project Part 1. Biosphere 2 is an American Earth System Science research facility located in Oracle, Arizona. Its mission is to serve as a center for research, outreach, teaching, and lifelong learning about Earth, its living systems, and its place in the universe. 1. It is a 3.14-acre, 1.27-hectare structure originally built to be an artificial, materially closed ecological system, or vivarium. It remains the largest closed ecological system ever created. 3. Constructed between 1987 and 1991, Biosphere 2 was originally meant to demonstrate the viability of closed ecological systems to support and maintain human life in outer space. 4. As a substitute for Earth's biosphere. It was designed to explore the web of interactions within life systems in a structure with different areas based on various biological biomes. In addition to the several biomes and living quarters for people, there was an agricultural area and workspace to study the interactions between humans, farming, technology and the rest of nature as a new kind of laboratory for the study of the global ecology. Its mission was a 2-year closure experiment with a crew of 8 humans, biospherians. 5. Long-term, it was seen as a precursor to gaining knowledge about the use of closed biospheres in space colonization. As an experimental ecological facility, it allowed the study and manipulation of a mini-biospheric system without harming Earth's biosphere. Its 7 biome areas were a 1,900 square meter, 20,000 square feet, rainforest, an 850 square meter, 9,100 square feet, ocean with a coral reef, a 450 square meter, 4,800 square feet, mangrove wetlands, a 1,300 square meter, 14,000 square feet, savanna grassland, a 1,400 square meter, 15,000 square feet, fog desert, and 2 anthropogenic biomes, a 2,500 square meter, 27,000 square feet, agricultural system and a human habitat with living spaces, laboratories and workshops. The low ground was an extensive part of the technical infrastructure. Heating and cooling water circulated through independent piping systems and passive solar input through the glass space frame panels covering most of the facility, and electrical power was supplied into Biosphere 2 from an on-site natural gas energy center. 2. Biosphere 2 was only used twice for its original intended purposes as a closed system experiment, once from 1991 to 1993, and the second time from March to September 1994. Both attempts ran into problems including low amounts of food and oxygen, die-offs of many animals and plants included in the experiment, though this was anticipated since the project used a strategy of deliberately species packing, anticipating losses as the biomes develop, group dynamic tensions among the resident crew, outside politics, and a power struggle over management and direction of the project. Nevertheless, the closure experiments set world records in closed ecological systems, agricultural production, health improvements with the high nutrient and low caloric diet the crew followed, and insights into the self-organization of complex biomic systems and atmospheric dynamics. 6. The second closure experiment achieved total food sufficiency and did not require injection of oxygen. 7. In June 1994, during the middle of the second experiment, the managing company, Space Biosphere Ventures, was dissolved, and the facility was left in limbo. Columbia University assumed management of the facility in 1995 and used it to run experiments until 2003. It then appeared to be in danger of being demolished to make way for housing and retail stores, but was taken over for research by the University of Arizona in 2007. The University of Arizona took full ownership of the structure in 2011. Planning and construction. The Biosphere 2 project was launched in 1984 by businessman and billionaire philanthropist Ed Bass and systems ecologist John P. Allen, with Bass providing $150 million in funding until 1991. 8. Bass and Allen had met in the 1970s at the Sonerja Ranch, a counterculture community led by Allen, who advocated Buckminster Fuller's spaceship Earth concept and explored the idea of biospheres as a refuge from disasters such as nuclear war. 8. Several other former members of Synergia Ranch also joined the Biosphere 2 project. 8. Construction was carried out between 1987 and 1991 by Space Biosphere Ventures, a joint venture whose principal officers were John P. Allen, inventor and executive chairman, Margaret Augustine, CEO, Marie Harding, Vice President of Finance, Abigail Alling, Vice President of Research, Mark Nelson, Director of Space and Environmental Applications, William F. Dempster, Director of System Engineering, and Norberto Alvarez Romo, Vice President of Mission Control. Citation needed. It was named Biosphere 2 because it was meant to be the second fully self-sufficient biosphere, after the Earth itself, Biosphere 1. Location: Biosphere 2 sits on a sprawling 40-acre, 16-hectare, science campus that is open to the public. Exterior showing parts of the rainforest biome and of the habitat, with the West Lung in the background. The glass and spaceframe facility is located in Oracle, Arizona at the base of the Santa Catalina Mountains, about 50 minutes north of Tucson. Its elevation is around 4,000 feet, 1,200 meters, above sea level. 9. Engineering: Biosphere 2, viewed from the thorn scrub, a transition zone between savanna and desert, foreground, and ocean, background, sections. The Fog Desert section of Biosphere 2 in 2005. The tropical rainforest biome in February 2017. The above-ground physical structure of Biosphere 2 was made of steel tubing and high-performance glass and steel frames. The frame and glazing materials were designed and made to specification by a firm run by a one-time associate of Buckminster Fuller, Peter John Pierce, Pierce Structures Incorporated. 10-11. The window seals and structures had to be designed to be almost perfectly airtight, such that the air exchange would be extremely low, permitting tracking of subtle changes over time. The patented airtight sealing methods, developed by Pierce and William Dempster, achieved a leak rate of less than 10% per year. Without such tight closure, the slow decline of oxygen, which occurred at a rate of less than 0.25% per month during the first 2-year closure experiment, might not have been detected. 12-13. During the day, the heat from the sun caused the air inside to expand, and during the night it cooled and contracted. To avoid having to deal with the huge forces that maintaining a constant volume would create, the structure had large diaphragms kept in domes called lungs or variable volume structures. 14. Since opening a window was not an option, the structure also required a sophisticated system to regulate temperatures within desired parameters, which varied for the different biomic areas. Though cooling was the largest energy need, heating had to be supplied in the winter, and closed-loop pipes and air handlers were key parts of the energy system. An energy center on site provided electricity and heated and cooled water, employing natural gas and backup generators, ammonia chillers and water cooling towers. 15. First mission: the first closed mission lasted from September 26, 1991 to September 26, 1993. The crew were medical doctor and researcher Roy Walford, Jane Pointer, Tabor McCallum, Mark Nelson, Sally Silverstone, Abigail Alling, Mark Van Thillo, and Linda Lee. 16. The agricultural system produced 83% of the total diet, which included crops of bananas, papayas, sweet potatoes, beets, peanuts, lablab and cowpea beans, rice, and wheat. 17-18. Especially during the first year, the 8 inhabitants reported continual hunger. Calculations indicated that Biosphere 2's farm was amongst the highest producing in the world, exceeding by more than 5 times that of the most efficient agrarian communities of Indonesia, southern China, and Bangladesh. 19. They consumed the same low-calorie, nutrient-dense diet that Roy Walford had studied in his research on extending lifespan through diet. 20. Medical markers indicated the health of the crew during the 2 years was excellent. They showed the same improvement in health indices such as lowering of blood cholesterol, blood pressure, enhancement of immune system. They lost an average of 16% of their pre-entry body weight before stabilizing and regaining some weight during their second year. 21. Subsequent studies showed that the Biospherians' metabolism became more efficient at extracting nutrients from their food as an adaptation to the low-calorie, high-nutrient diet. 22. The overall health of the Biospherians crews inside Biosphere 2 confirmed that the original design of the Biosphere 2 technosphere systems did avoid a buildup of toxins, and the bioregenerative technologies and life systems inside Biosphere 2 maintained a healthy environment. 23. Some of the domestic animals that were included in the agricultural area during the first mission included 4 African pygmy goats and 1 billy goat, 35 hens and 3 roosters, a mix of Indian jungle fowl, Gallus gallus, Japanese silky bantam, and a hybrid of these, 2 sows and 1 boar Ossabaw dwarf pigs, and tilapia fish grown in a rice and azala pond system originating millennia ago in China. 24. A strategy of species packing was practiced to ensure that food webs and ecological function could be maintained if some species did not survive. The fog desert area became more chaparral in character due to condensation from the space frame. The savanna was seasonally active, its biomass was cut and stored by the crew as part of their management of carbon dioxide. Rainforest pioneer species grew rapidly, but trees there and in the savanna suffered from etiolation and weakness caused by lack of stress wood, normally created in response to winds in natural conditions. Corals reproduced in the ocean area, and crew helped maintain ocean system health by hand harvesting algae from the corals, manipulating calcium carbonate and pH levels to prevent the ocean becoming too acidic, and by installing an improved protein skimmer to supplement the algae turf scrubber system originally installed to remove excess nutrients. 25. The mangrove area developed rapidly but with less understory than a typical wetland, possibly because of reduced light levels. 26. Nevertheless, it was judged to be a successful analog to the Everglades area of Florida where the mangroves and marsh plants were collected. 27. Biosphere 2, because of its small size and buffers, and concentration of organic materials and life, had greater fluctuations and more rapid biogeochemical cycles than are found in Earth's biosphere. 28. Most of the introduced vertebrate species and virtually all of the pollinating insects died, though there was reproduction of plants and animals. 29. Insect pests, like cockroaches, flourished. Many insects had been included in original species mixes in the biomes, but a globally invasive tramp ant species, Paratrechina longicornis, unintentionally sealed in, had come to dominate other ant species. 30. The planned ecological succession in the rainforest and strategies to protect the area from harsh incident sunlight and salt aerosols from the ocean worked well, and a surprising amount of the original biodiversity persisted. 31. Biosphere 2 in its. What is Biosphere 2, where is it located, and what was its original mission? Like, comment, subscribe, to follow along for the trip.